Welcome back to the channel. This is a banjo video for today. I'm posting this because, well, I've got two things to share. One is I won first place in a little banjo competition right here in North Carolina. First place is the first ever solo competition that I've ever done, and walking away with first place definitely feels good. And the tune that I played is a Pennsylvania tune called Squirrel Hunters. I've played it on the channel before, but I'm going to play it for you real quick. Try to play it at the same energy and the same speed that I played it during the event itself. It's hard to replicate that kind of charge in that space. To be judged by your peers and to be judged by judges is quite an experience as a musician. And it's not going to sound the same today, because what I'm also going to talk about is different claw hammer little nubbins for your finger. So I'm using this thing that I found on the internet, a little claw hammer thimble. I will also be putting on, where did I put those little jabbers? Here we go. I'll also be putting on just a standard old pro pick, thumb pick, or sorry, a finger pick. For the three finger style banjo or finger style guitar. And I'll also play for you. My fingernails are really, I broke both of them, so that's why I'm kind of showcasing these two thimbles right now. At any rate, here's the version of Squirrel Hunters that I played. I wasn't expecting to win. There's some really good competition, and when they called the third and second place folks for the banjo, I was like, I probably didn't even place. And then they called my name as the winner. And needless to say, I was stoked. It was really fun. And what I love about old-timey music is, in any music genre for that matter, is highly competitive. The world of music is highly competitive. Just search around on YouTube. But what I love about it is that there's this real camaraderie in the competition in old-timey music. It's more about the community and the people, then maybe it's as, I want to say it's more about the community and the people than it is about the competition and the music, but I would say maybe it's a 50-50 draw, because genuinely feels like the vibe is, hey, we're holding a tradition, and that tradition is really valuable, and we want to make the best use of the tunes, we want to make the best use of each other's playing and time. And I really admire that about the old-timey music scene. So here's my version of Squirrel Hunters. As I played it, they called my name. I sat in front of everybody, told them I was going to play Squirrel Hunters. And I'll get into more of the story a little bit after I play the tune. So in that charged space of being judged and having, 200 people in the audience, everybody's judging, everybody's in the vibe of competition, I was definitely nervous. Also nervous because the dude who was emceeing it was making sure that everybody knew who was next. So if you were on deck, you knew, and he didn't do that for me. So I was kind of just sitting in the audience, kind of like, oh, this is nice. I wonder when my turn is. And it was like thrust upon me to go do my turn. And so I played that version of Squirrel Hunters. And again, it's going to sound different from what I played tonally, because I was using my natural born fingernail. Now, what I want to talk about is these thimbles. So right now, my fingernail on my preferred clawhammer finger is is that in focus? Come on, baby. Do my hand. There we go. My fingernail is really small. That's too small for me. The way my anatomy works is that I need a longer fingernail. These two fingernails are also small. That one, whatever, I don't use that for clawhammer. This one I use for picking out stones from my teeth or something. But needless to say, when that fingernail is small, this is what my banjo sounds like with that same tune. Not nearly as clean, in my opinion, not nearly as musical, and I don't have as much dynamic because the flesh of my finger is muting the strings. For me, it's really close. It'll probably be another 3 or 4 or 5 days until this fingernail is at a level that I feel good about. But as I'm doing it, it's just not clean. It's just not clean as I want it to be. But with this thimble, you notice I did drill a little hole in it. I drilled a little hole in it because I wanted to tie it to my banjo just in case I ever needed it. Because breaking nails is just a natural thing of being a human being, especially when you have longer nails. But here, this banjo thimble, do I love it? No. Do I prefer my natural fingernail? Yes. Would this work in a pinch? Yeah, absolutely, it would work in a pinch. I would feel comfortable doing a competition, comfortable doing a gig, comfortable doing anything with this. I would just take me maybe 20, 30 minutes to get it to feel like I'm not actually I don't have something external on my finger. Don't love the tone that it produces. I'm finding myself having to micro move my wrist slightly to get the tone that I want. I can hear the metal hitting the strings, and all that is, for me, a nuance that I'd much rather have my natural fingernail, which takes time, takes patience for it to grow. Now, the next one that I sometimes use in a pinch, again, all these in a pinch, no pun intended, because they're actually pinching my finger pretty good. There's times when it feels like it's cutting off my circulation, which is not ideal, for sure. But nonetheless, this one's a little cleaner, partly because it has it's a little more pointed at the end, so it gives me a little more of a point or a target to feel for as I'm playing, which is nice. Again, I can feel myself being a little sloppy because I'm searching for that sweet spot. It's also tight on my finger. Here we go again. Like, you hear that? that is a sound that I'd like to remove. Even this, I can hear the metallic business on the banjo. Yeah, for me, now I'm coming almost vertically. I'm not quite perpendicular to the string with the actual point of this thing. I'm not quite perpendicular, meaning that coming straight down on the string like this. But I'm finding that I'm having to rotate my wrist. Both of them don't give me the control and tone that I really am looking for from the banjo. So those are the two thimbles that I have in my banjo case. If y'all use something else, let me know in the comments below. Those are the choices that I have, because generally I don't break these two nails at the same time. If I'm breaking these two nails at the same time, then I'm probably switching over to guitar for a week or so in my practice routine, and kind of the fingerstyle vibe and the flat picking vibe that I've grown to love over these last probably I've been playing guitar since I was 10, so 28 years of playing the instrument. But I hope that gives you some inspiration to play these competitions, because this is a little feather in the cap of an instrumentalist, especially in the old-timey music world, where there's a lot of people that go out and try to win these things. And to be one for one, I'm sure is not going to hold up in the future as I embark on more of these competitions. But I'm grateful that I could be a part of it, for one, and that my family supported me doing it. And that I got to share my version of Squirrel Hunters. I obviously, in the banjo version that I have with the banjo, I do a C part and a D part. I did not play that during the competition, probably because I just wanted to make it short and sweet, just like everybody's performances were short and sweet, just an A, B, and A, B, and A, B. And it was fun because it got through a lot of people, and there were some really good young banjo players too, which I thought was really fun. Anyhow, what thimble do you use? Those are the two that I use. And how does it affect your playing? Do you prefer the natural fingernail, or do you always use a thimble? I think I will always prefer the natural fingernail, and I do use some kind of generic nail polish on these two fingernails when they are up to the length that I prefer. All right, thanks for coming to the channel. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.